مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Indeed, all the thanks and all the praises are due to Allah the Almighty, who out of His mercy has made it possible for us to be together again this evening. It is out of His mighty grace, it is out of His mercy and countenance. And this is because there is nothing that we can do except what the Almighty has done. Everything in the heavens and on earth depends on Him, and yet He doesn't depend on anyone. The almightiness of the Creator is so amazing that He has created us in myriads of ways in order to try us and test us, لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, which of us is going to be of best conduct. I beseech Allah to bestow His countless peace and blessings upon the soul of our teacher Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam and upon his household. May the peace and blessings of Allah be with each and everyone here present tonight as we discuss a very important topic tonight on Family Hour. Now we're going to be looking at the contradiction. We're going to be looking at the contradiction that exists in the home front, where some homes, the couples there live with troubling contradictions considering the ideal situation and the reality of their lives. Here specifically tonight, we're going to be looking at the saying by some husbands, is she my wife or she is my problem? You see, the truth of the matter is that there is a difference between the ideal situation of a man having the best of his wife and seeing the wife as a burden. Now, there are lots of men who, outsiders, they praise their wives in the best of ways. They see her as being kind. They see their wives as being respectful and admirable. But at home, the husband feels disrespected. The husband feels unhappy. And the husband is emotionally drained. So we have a problem here in correlating between these two edges. But let us start with the ideal. Allah in the glorious Quran tells us the ideal situation where a man and woman live in an environment which brings as-sakina, peace. In other words, the man and the woman are able to sustain the home front, that which brings peace. Mawadda, the home front which brings love. Wa rahma, the home front which brings kindness and mercy. Now, the ideal is that a woman at home stays as the best of women, in line with the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The husband feels happy that I have this gem as a wife. The ideal situation is a case where the wife becomes the source of peace, not tension. Ideal situation is such a manner where the wife shows respect to the husband and she doesn't pretend it. Ideal situation is where the wife cooperates with the husband and does not compete with the husband as far as the home front is concerned. That situation where the wife protects the honor of the husband and would not speak ill of the husband, neither in his presence nor in his absence. This is the ideal situation. Situation whereby the woman strengthens the husband emotionally, a situation whereby the woman strengthens the husband spiritually, mentally, and even financially. This is an ideal situation. And this situation that is so ideal is an instance whereby the woman always brings happiness to the man. This is the home wherein the children in that relationship will grow to be the best of children, right from the home front to the front line, to the workplace. They will become the best of children. This is the ideal situation. But there is a hidden reality, and we're going to be extracting this hidden reality by examining how is it possible that a woman whom the husband had married, with the view that she is going to bring peace to my life, how is it possible that outsiders, a lot of theatrics happens at home front. The home becomes a home of drama. And everything can be dramatized. Even happiness can be dramatized. Laughter can be dramatized. So that when people are around, the family has visitors, my darling husband, my blah, blah, blah. Because the friends, family and friends, they are around, Drama. As soon as the door is shut and they go away, the reality sets in. And that reality is that the woman is gentle outside, but inside, she is harsh to the husband. SubhanAllah. Reality whereby the woman is respectful, cheering, beaming with smiles. And everybody that sees her say, wow, this man is very lucky. What a respectful woman. But at home, oh boy, she's so dismissive to the husband, so disrespectful to the husband, to the extent that the husband feels, what a burden I'm carrying. And the husband sees these two situations. The husband sees her outside. The husband hears what people say outside about her. But the husband knows, and only he knows, because he wears the shoes. So he knows where it pinches him. A situation whereby the woman creates outside an image of goodness or generosity. Oh, this woman that can spend money like this, oh, the husband is very lucky. This woman that can buy a car for someone, and the husband is going to be having fleet of cars, but the husband has not even a bike. It's so sad. So publicly, the woman gives the image of someone that is so generous, that is so nice and so kind. The reality, that is not what we have at home. Now, this is a situation whereby the woman is so peaceful, so nice and charming, but she is a living devil at home. She's amiable, convivial. Everybody around her wants to just have her. She's just jovial, hilarious, and they want her to just stay. Guess what? The husband always wants her to be away. So this kind of situation can lead the husband to emotional isolation, and he's going to feel disrespected in the marriage. That can make him to no longer see his marriage as the haven of peace. He no longer wants to be at home. He wants to spend more time outside than at home, because he knows that even though outside sees the wife as someone that is so nice and amiable, she has a razor blade in her mouth. Oh boy. The razor blade can tear any man to pieces, guy. This is what is presenting at home. So here we have a situation whereby people see an angel in the wife, but he sees the devil in her. Subhanallah. People see a very kind woman in the wife, but he sees a very harsh person in her. This could be due to a lot of reasons. And I know some societal factors could be responsible for this, because where the milieu and the societal pattern, people are brought up with wrong upbringing. I know they good for anybody. I know they agree for anyone. Yeah, this kind of situation whereby a woman feels that she's out to struggle with a man. There are people who raise their children, male or female, this way. Life of struggle, no degree. No come be move for any man. No. Maybe because of the carrying over of experiences, And that is because somehow, the man could see something else in the woman, and the outsiders could see something completely different in her. This is very, very sad. Like I mentioned, the societal pattern can be such a manner that doesn't tolerate proper upbringing of children. Or there could be instances of unresolved personal issues, and we have transfer of aggression from the parents to the children. And when children are raised with this kind of mindset, they tend to also, follow the trend. They tread the path that has been set for them by their parents. And that also leads to the passing of wrong baton as far as marital experience is concerned. So we could have such instances. But the point here is this. We have to be balanced, because it will be wrong for us to take what the male folks say about women. A husband must also ask himself, because we need to say the truth here, that some women actually, they came into the marriage with the mindset of, let me put in my best in this marriage. My marriage is going to be ideal. And they were ready for this sacrifice. They were ready to go the long haul. But the husband turns out to be the one that are torn away, that are torn apart the garment of the trust and the confidence that she had in the marriage. And because of some pattern, the woman feels that since he is like this, I better bring out the devil in me, So now, what we're seeing is the reaction. So the action will not be seen, because the cause of the action is the husband. She might have maltreated the wife in such a bad, vile, and egregious manner that will have turned an angel in her to a devil. And now because he wants to give a face-saving picture outside, people see her outside in the old face. But at home, oh boy, she is the devil. So every husband must ask himself, in order that we might balance up this conversation tonight, am I treating my wife with the utmost kindness and patience? Before you say that your wife is not good enough, you need to ask yourself this question. Am I treating my wife the best way possible? How do you explain a situation of a man when he had money? Inter alia, the woman had not much, but he never showed the woman any iota of kindness. How do you explain a situation whereby when the man had all it takes to show kindness to the woman, he was showing kindness to outsiders, but abandoned the woman, not knowing that what goes around will come around? I mean, how do you explain this kind of situation? So the woman, with the intention of retaliation, she could come to retaliate whatever is it that the man might have done to him, I mean to her. And that might take her towards becoming the devil in the house. That might make her to exhibiting those negative qualities that you might have seen. That might make her to be the devil that you are currently witnessing. So we cannot, what I'm trying to say here is that we cannot, in all sincerity, we cannot put all the blames in the woman. No, we can't. But then we need to look at some of the unspoken expectations, accumulated resentment, poor communication skills, and lack of emotional intelligence on the part of the roles of the man and the woman, so that we can look at what the source of the problem is. Because without understanding the context, we will be making the wrong diagnosis of the situation. And that is why the topic tonight is very, very important and very, very critical. So, where is the bottom line here? The bottom line is sometimes a woman can be consistently disrespectful. Sometimes a woman can undermine her husband, and we call them the alpha women. Yeah, that's what they call themselves. I've had some female introducing themselves as, I'm an alpha woman. I'm a woman, but I behave like a man. Oh, if you marry such a woman, oh my God, you go see how. So the point is, we could have such instances whereby a woman has the penchant of undermining the authority of the man. No man can instruct her. And some women say, no man can instruct me. No man go instruct me. No, 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 I'm on my own. And on account of maybe Allah had tested her with some wealth or position or power, so she feels she's an alpha woman who cannot take instruction from any man. So this could happen. But to balance it up, we need to look at instances where we can prevent a woman from bringing chaos to the home, whereas she should bring peace. Right? We should look at a case where we can gradually, even if currently, I pray Allah for you, whatever you might be going through right now, that Allah will help you to solve your problems and abate your challenges. We need to look at how do we get out of this quagmire. Because look, this reality is not good for marriage. It's not good for the husband and wife. It's not good for children upbringing. And it's not good for the society. Because in a situation where the home front becomes another battlefield, nobody is going to be happy. You can't come from the workplace, you face the hassles, you come back home and you face another hassle. So we need to look at how we can gradually induct our wives. I'm talking to the male now. The husbands, how we can gradually induct our wives with the right values through teaching and personal examples, where you now begin to see yourself as part of the solution, not part of the problem. Then you can also have private dialogue with your wife, whereby you try to ask questions. Darling, what happened? What did I do wrong? Is there any problem? What did you observe? Tell me, what's my problem? So that with this, we can together solve the problem in the home front. We could also have gentle correction, whereby the husband asserts his position as a husband, but gently corrects the wife, firmly and gently. That, my darling wife, I don't like this you're doing. It hurts me. And he privately engages the wife, talk to her, so that perchance she might turn a new leaf. You can also have the involvement of trusted family elders, with a view to seeking reconciliation before escalation, so that together we can build a lovely and happy family. Now, keep in mind, respected viewers, that the home front is not a battle space where everybody is trying to win. And it's one of the things that could happen, especially at the time of challenges at home, where the wife is struggling, I want to win. The husband is struggling, I want to win. Win. You guys become like two fighting bellicose force. This is not ideal for any family. You should try to avoid living in such a toxic environment because it doesn't help either the wife nor the husband. So the goal is not to win an argument, no. The goal is not to parrot and so that you can say that if not talk, I will talk. I have very good presentation. Even if you lie, some people could think say the tell truth. Fear Allah because Allah watches you. You don't have to win an argument, but you can reconcile. Let us have an environment where there is peace in the home front, where the husband will not say, "My wife is my problem," because I know quite a number of men are just smoldering, under the kind of a dungeon of satanic women. They call it wives. May Allah protect us against such women. And I know a lot of women, just like we discussed last week, they are also going through the hassles at the hands of some wicked husbands. The husband who will not drop a penny at home and will expect to come back home and eat something. What a life. The husband it doesn't take him a jot to smite the wife at the face. What a husband. It doesn't worry him any jot to shout at the wife. His characteristics to shout her down. So we have this, so we need to strike a balance whereby the husband no longer sees the woman as the devil, as a problem, and the woman no longer sees the husband as a problem. The duos of the husband and wife should begin to develop the capacity to live together happily, respectfully, in order that not only their homes will be happy, but the larger society will also be a very peaceful place for us all to live. This is the ideal situation. It is my prayer that Allah in His mercy will bless our homes, grant us sakina in our homes, grant us sakina in our lives, and grant us peace, happiness in all that we do today and every day. We're going to stop here tonight, inshallah. Hopefully, inshallah, by Saturday, we will continue with the rest of our conversation talking about the faith hour. And of course, on Sunday, we have the family hour. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah bless and reward you abundantly. I remain yours, Dr. Gidado Tawfiq Mikdad. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.